welcome to today's little market review. Little look over the markets. Hope you're well. Craig Cobb here from TRADERCOBB.com. And it's good to be back. We had a look yesterday, of course, at the Bitcoin dominance chart. And I'll have another look at it today. And yeah, we'll do a scan and see what's available or setting up. There was not a great deal this morning, although there was more this morning than what there was yesterday, being that there was nothing yesterday at all. Now, if you like what we do here, by the way, across Facebook and on the podcast, the Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast, still doing episodes there. Jump on, have a listen. And no, I didn't have to use a ladder today, Nathan. Yeah, get over there. If you like what we do, all I ask, because obviously this is free, all I ask is that you share it, that you let other people know about what we're doing. It does help to get more of an audience and to help us. So you'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. Also, part of that is like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, all of that sort of stuff. It does help. Okie dokie. So, top 10. Here we have it. Right, let me move my keyboard. All right, Bitcoin, what's it done? Not a lot. Indeed, it has not done very much at all. Let's look lower and see if there's any levels there. No, nothing. Bitcoin, quiet. It's been very icky. You know, some wild looking candles, very divergent, not looking too great there at all. On the daily, of course, we're not majorly overextended. A pullback would be fine, as to equally would a push higher to get us to all-time highs. Across the board, obviously, we can see king of the alts, ETH, is up 1.3%. Oh, and now let's go ahead and have a look at the perp list that we have. Okay. 1 inch. Nothing really there to work with. Very messy chart. And what we're going to see a lot of at the moment is a lot of these messy charts. The market is not what do they say? Muy bueno? I don't know. I'm just going to skip that part. Cardano's really struggled of late, hasn't it? Okay, Gorky. Yeah, it's you know, it had that mega run. It's really struggled since. Go, Dan. Nothing there right now. ACLX. Oh. It's there, but it's not looking all that pleasant. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, very thin too. No, I'll go straight past that. Algo, very sideways again, leaving it. Alpha, very sideways, ugly. Alt perp. The time frames, I think the only time frames apart from, say, daily charts or maybe 8 hours and higher time frames, okay, Daniel, will be the lower time frames if we start to get better cyclicity. As you can see here, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, just. We need to see more than what we're seeing. If we do see a run on the alts and they start to really move, that's when we'll start to see opportunities on those lower time frames. And that's what I'm going to be sort of focused on, is trying to find if there are options around on those lowers, if there's something or some pairs that have moved well. Because again, ample fall. Okay, well, very ugly there. Are we? Very ugly there. Atom, also ugly. What's it look like on the weekly? No. Let me just try this. No, there's nothing there that's that's of any interest at all. Audio, no. AVAX, again, we've got no trend, no cyclicity. It's ugly, as is Axie. Not been doing much for a while now. Badger, back down here in the cradle zone. Now, if that closes small and bullish, that could be a play for tomorrow, although the 2-day doesn't really have a trend. We go low to high, so that's going to rule that out too. Yeah, there's nothing there. Balancer, I'm not interested. Band, not interested. Bayo, very sideways, as you can tell. Same with BAT, sideways. Bitcoin Cash, starting to move. For Bitcoin Cash to really start to capture my attention properly, it's got to break above this high, get moving, and then we've got something to work with. Binance, okay, one that has been performing. It's moved slightly, not a huge amount, but look, we've got a pullback. We've got decent looking cyclicity right there. Is it going to be enough? I'd like to see it clear further. I'd like to see it move higher. Yeah, definitely. If we can see Binance push on further today, I'm going to pop that into a blue list here. If that can push higher, then a pullback into something around these levels, 480-ish, 482, around sort of, you can see where that horizontal line is. I know it's not a perfect level of resistance by any stretch, but there is something there of an area. I'd like to see it push on further. If it does that, I'll wait for pullbacks. Bancool, nothing there. BSV, very flat. BitTorrent, flat. Cake, it's also flat. Chili's, no. Comp, no. Convergence. Here is one that I can show to you right now. You might need to be quick if you like it. There's that 12-hour on the 61.8 fib. If I get rid of that, you'll see it's a deep pullback, a strong run, and another deep pullback. However, when you look at that on the daily, the cyclicity is pretty good. Deep pullback here was met by a very good run. That could have been taken as a daily cradle. I did not. I decided against that for whatever reason it was. It's pulled back in again. So essentially, you've got a really nice looking daily trend with a potential opportunity for entry on the 12-hour, even the 16, but I do prefer the 12 at this stage. Okay, Winston. So that's definitely, I'll pop that blue to come back to. Is there, I don't know if there's enough volume for a level. No, there's not much there. It would only be a swing trade for me. Cream is sideways. Crow is sideways. CRV is sideways. Dash is sideways. Dawn is sideways. DeFi, got to push up through these two tests here. It's not worthy right now. Dent. See, when we get this chop, it's really just such a simple no. Just very quick. The low liquidity, Jeff, on convergence, does it concern me? Not when it's a higher time frame, like the 12-hour that I'm looking at. I mean, with the bracket order that we've got there that I use on FTX, it's going to be either filled or not. And that's up to the market. You know, I wouldn't be trading on the lower time frame, but as a swing trade, there is the possibility that I will get filled, and that's why I'm not too concerned about it. Dogecoin acts as Dogecoin, I think, should act. A lot of people, I just don't understand, but, you know, it tends to move very erratically, probably like the people that hold it. Again, that's not to be insulting. It's just an observation. Polkadot, oh, it's trying. I tell you what I'd love on Polkadot. I'd love to see Polkadot pull back into the cradle zone, you know, back into, say, 37, 38, something like that, even 39. I'd like to see a clean daily pullback. We'll see. We're going to have to wait. I'll check out Litecoin on the higher time frames when we get to it. But sure, I'll give a few. Dragon, still messy and sideways. Elrond, messy and sideways. Just going to mark that and then zoom out. See what it looks like. I mean, there's a bit of a downtrend, but look, because it's a potential short, we never know what's going to happen ever. I'm going to put it in just as a, you know, if it does build back down into here, get a third test, get convert, like all the things that I need to have for a breakout, then potentially, but it's a long way off for the time being. Engine, sideways. EOS, sideways. Ethereum Classic, messy. Ethereum itself. Where am I looking at here? That's right, I was watching this on the lower time frames. It's broken through. Test 1, test 2. Really popped through. This is a chart that I am now watching. Why? Because we do have a higher low here, and there may be opportunity there for boosters or little cradles on that time frame. It would need to carry itself further, really, for me to be more interested in cradles. But if I, for example, on the 15 got a little pullback into here in a perfect little cradle, I'd probably take it with a small position with managed risk. So, whoops, that goes in. Okay. Exchange perp needs to carry itself through further. It's got resistance ahead, but look, if you have a look at that, this is very similar to the way the Ethereum chart looked when it broke through. I'll show you what I mean on the daily. There. Touch, boom, boom, retest, let's go. You know, we might not get, I mean, if now is a time where Bitcoin's dominance decreases and Ethereum starts to become the one that gets picked up, a lot of the money, I believe, is new money coming in. And the reason that I say that is because we're not seeing the alts getting punished heavily. Yes, they're grinding a bit lower or continuing sideways, but they're not getting absolutely driven hard down, which means that I think a lot of the money that is coming in and driving Bitcoin's price higher with such low on-exchange levels at the moment, I think that that's what's driving the Bitcoin price. Now, typically, most people's first purchase will be Bitcoin. After that, it'll probably be Ethereum. So it may be ready for... It's certainly come to the right place to move hard from where it is right now. We're just going to have to wait and see, but I'll be happy to look for any opportunities that come along the way. Exchange prep, as I said, it's got to break that level. Nothing there on Bonfida. File is a mess as well. Flamingo, very, very messy through here. It's a no event. Flow is driving low, but nothing to really trade. Phantom. Not enough cyclicity there for me to sink my teeth into anything of value. FTT, gripping at this level very, very heavily. Oops. Another weekly candle. I want to see it break the high. I really want to see it break the high. It's as simple as that. If FTT can break the high of this candle, we may have a run. It's got a bit of space before it does that, though, so nothing of interest. GRT, I looked at this morning. Problem I had, realistically, was even with this candle here being in the right spot, it's not the strongest of candles either, by the way. We go low to high, so there's no trend there, so it has to be left for that reason. Nothing on the lowers. Yeah, I don't think I've got Mango in the list. I can add it in though. It's MNGO Perp, yeah? I'll throw it in at the end. Helium, nothing there. Holy, again, very flat. And this is what I was sort of, following on from yesterday's Bitcoin dominance discussion. Because of Bitcoin's dominance, we are facing a market that is not running together as one, not at the moment. Can't wait for the alts to do it. If they do it, fingers crossed that they do, because it gives us so many more trading options. But for the time being, it's a waiting game. Now, I didn't take Humanscape this morning because it has been a bit messy through here on that 12-hour. The 16-hour equally is messy. Look at the daily, though. It's right in a good spot. Might consider that tomorrow, but at this stage, it's going to be left. IOTA, no. Carver, no. Kin, no. Kyber Network, sideways. Messy, again, on Kusama. It's definitely boxed on Kusama. We've got... my nose is itchy. Sorry. Somewhat of a, region of this. We get out through there with this high-low and we'll start to look really, really good there on Kusama. There is still plenty of work for it to do to get there. There's no trades on just yet, but that's the sort of break of that box I'm looking for. Not as a trade. I'm looking at the break of that box for some momentum to come into play properly. Nothing on Linear. Link, no. Loopring, messy. Litecoin. I spoke of this morning on live trading floor that could be a very, very risky cradle, not one that I was interested in. Any other time frames not really giving too much evidence of anything really. So Tulip, I'll have a look. That's a pretty ominous name. Let's have a look here and see if the lowers have got a little bit of action for us. It's definitely moving, but there's not enough cyclicity at this point to interest me. Nothing. Sideways maps. Matic, nothing going on there. Mid-perp, got to get through that resistance. Maker, look at this chop. Not interested at all. Matter at a bar. The problem I've got here is, look at this. Very thin, these spikes and whatnot. Don't like it. Metal. Flat to sideways. Nia, not doing anything. Neo, again, you can see, look, they've ground it, they've fallen a little bit, but not much over the last week or so, which is when Bitcoin's been pretty strong. So during that strength that Bitcoin's been offering up, we've not seen a great deal of selling off on most of the bigger projects. Again, another one, OKB, totally sideways. OMG, it's totally sideways. Ontology, sideways. Orbs, what a mess. Oxy, it's a mess. Gold, who cares? Perp, it's a mess. It's, you know, look at this. This is not, that was okay, but since then, it's been a mess. What have we got here? Resistance ahead, level just there. So when you look at a level like this, it's for this to be anything, it's either got to break through and pull back and give me a one-to-one before the next level of resistance, right? If you look at the daily, it's a real mess. It's just going to be a reference point for me. There's just not enough. There's not enough going on there for me to consider taking a trade. Even though there's a flat level, there's no momentum with it. Not at this stage anyway. Can leave Pundy, can leave Qtum. Ray is down, but without anything really to work with support coming up. I don't really want to be looking to short here. And this market doesn't really feel like the best market to be shorting at the moment. It feels imminent that we're going to see alts have a move at some point. Trade, it's what you see, not what you think. With that being said, just be careful. Ren, nothing there. Rook, obviously a huge day there, but since not much else. Reserve rights, nothing there. Sideways on Rune, nothing there. Sand, sideways. Seacoin, sideways. Seco, sideways. Shitperp needs to break that resistance again. Trapped. Got to get that daily trend going again. If we do break through that resistance or this region through here, we will have a higher low and a higher high. Then we've got good cyclicity. And this is the sort of thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for that cyclicity, looking for those daily trends to kick back into water. Just not seeing a lot of it. Else, SNX. Support down there, nothing else to talk of. Solana. Slight level, but look at this sideways chop again. It's just not giving anything, you know. Serum, very strong level of support down here. Look, test 1, test 2, 3, something like that. If it continues to build into this support, there is a probability that a break low will see further downside. The way the market's been operating off of strong support levels of late, though, is that they've been coming down, testing them and bouncing or breaking them slightly. Now, there's no trade there for me, so I can just spectate on that for the time being. Syrian Labs, no. STMX, come on. A mess. Storage, a mess. Actually, one thing, no, it's not even a proper level. Stacks has had a good couple of days, but again, there's not much cyclicity to go with that. Sushi Perp, very sideways, another one that's sort of boxed. You're looking at something through there and sort of, you know, there was a box there, we broke through, we come back into another one. Again, nothing of interest. Swipe, nothing of interest. Theta, very sideways, sluggish. Tomo, very sideways, sluggish. There's no trends here, guys. True, all over the shop, don't want it. Tron, look at the sideways slop. Uniperp, got to get through. Sloppy sideways. Uniswap here. I was watching this morning to see if there could be a short coming into here. However, that was off of the $80,000 mark, or 80,000 whatever it is. It's a, you know, whatever the index that they've got for it is. But obviously it's pushed straight up through. I wouldn't want to be shorting above that, so that's going to come out. VeChain, nothing there. G'day, Terry. Mate, freedoms. Yes, freedoms are good. Got to push higher on VeChain. Got to get from here and kick on. And you can see here there's nothing on that 4 hour that would interest me at all. I'm not interested in getting chopped in and out. Waves, if I got a bullish candle there, I might consider it, although it's not the greatest looking chart, so therefore it comes back into play tomorrow. NEM, nothing. Stellar, a daily pullback might offer opportunity, but at this stage, no. Monero, another one here that has some support. It's a long way from Hollywood. You know, like we've got test 1, test 2. I want to see lower highs building into here. There's really nothing much going on. There really is nothing much there. It's a slow burn, low burn, not much happening. XRP is an absolute mess. Tezos is a mess. Actually, I might come back to that in the 2-day. Okay. So I took this one and I got stopped out. tomorrow, if this sets up, I may go again. Why? Why would I take another trade that sets up on the same pair if I've been stopped out on it? Because if the trade fits the rules and it's there, take it. So I'll wait and see how that goes for tomorrow on the 2-day. Down here on DeFi money, very strong support. At this stage, we're not at that support. There's nothing going on. Yearn. Again, it's a messy looking chart. There's nothing happening there. Zcash, let's go lower and see if there's any cyclicity starting to come in here. It's pretty ugly. I mean, look at it on the 4. Yeah, it's pushed up, but look, there's not much going on there either. Skip, Zilliqa, flat. ZRX, flat. In this index market, sideways. This is also very sideways, and Smooth Love, sideways. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, no. Shiba, no. Back to the top. What was it? MNGO per. Hurry up, please. Hurry up, please. Yes, there is enough data. Let's throw that into... where am I? Oh, here. Slap that puppy in. Okay, let's go lower here. Ooh. It's a bit thin. Very thinly traded market. Don't like it at all. What was the other one? Tulip. It's going to be thin. Ooh. It's very thin. Ooh. Unfortunate, because there is a bullish candle right there in the cradle. I wonder if the 8 hours got that trend there. Yeah, there's a couple of pullbacks, so it would fit the rules. I won't be participating in that. As clean of a pullback as that is, it's a little bit too thin for me to really get a position on. But with smaller accounts, you might be really good there, because these really thin markets, they can pump really hard. It just doesn't look very good. So let's go ahead and have a look at what we got. It was a quick scan, realistically, because there's just not much there. Some days we get this sort of activity where there's just not much. That's right. Binance in the 2 hour, it's got to push higher. Get itself out of this, push away from these old highs through here of this trend, right? Push away, pull back in, 480, something like that. I'd be happy with that. On to the 12 hour with convergence, bullish candle in the cradle. Have a look at the daily. A beauty. Lovely. Make your decisions. You make your own decisions at all times. Elrond. Just keeping that in because there are a couple of tests of support, and I always like to have an option to the downside just in case we do see a bit of a tip and a turn and the market starts to come off, but it's got a bit of work to do. And finally, Ethereum. It's getting a little bit messy now with regards to the structure of the price. Yeah, there's nothing really going on there. It's kind of there because it has started to trend, you know, higher low, then we got a higher high. We got moving averages in the correct order on the 30. We won't on the 1 hour, not for a little while. The 15-minute we do as well. If it starts to tidy itself up a little, the lower timeframes may produce opportunities there on Ethereum. But as you can see, guys, it really appears to be a good time to sort of be doing something else. If you're going through the Trader Cobb course, go through it, ask questions, speak with Reese. Speak with people in the community, start to get ready because we are going to see action. We will see it again, and I'm suspecting it to be any day now. When we do get that action, you want to make sure that you are prepared. And why would you work with us? Because experience matters. 17 years, 16, I think it's 16. 16 years trading full time. Sorry, that's not true. 16 years of trading, and I think, what's that going to be, 12 years or 13 years where it's been, you know, if not my sole income, the reason that I'm making income. So I know what I'm doing. We've got a great team, and we welcome you. We welcome you. So go to TRADERCOBB.com, and there's a free course there, free ebook. There's plenty of free stuff. You can go and Dip your toes in the water, see if you like it first, and then from there, make a decision whether or not you're going to spend any money with us. Also, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Mwah! I hope you have a fantastic day. Sorry there's not more there, but I don't rule the markets. I just scan the markets looking for the opportunities. We've got 4. That is all. Very little in the way of what is going on. Have yourself a very good day. Bye for now.